Okay, we're going to talk about comedy today and reviving my comedy routine, talking about bad days. And I am Boxcar Richard. We are from somewhere deep in Hollywood. And today we're reviving my comedy. And we're going to talk about bad days, maybe those days, you repeat those days sometimes. The movies are based on those, like Groundhog Day, uh, where you wake up every day and the same thing happens over and over again. But we're going to talk about something a little bit different and that as well. And those bad days when you know you're in one, things don't go right somehow. Every once in a while something happens and it's like, oh man, you have to go out, you have to go do your shopping, you just get poured on rain, or you drive home, you get a flat tire, you have to, certain things happen in a sequence, one after the other. Um, you forget where you put your house keys or something like that, or you have to go to work and you're running late, so you show up late for work. And then the boss yells at you, why are you late 1 hour? Man, I had a flat tire on the way to work. Stuff like that. The day drags on, the time drags on. It's kind of like a time warp. And then there's certain things, it's like bad luck around you. You know you have bad luck. Something bad luck's latched onto you. So do those like Lucky Charms and stuff really help turn that around, like a four-leaf clover or some kind of Lucky Charm. But then you get into those little Lucky Charms and you start getting into witchcraft and all that, voodoo, and that could be another thing. Voodoo dolls, people poking those pins into the dolls. My arm hurts, I wake up, my arm hurts, my neck is sore. Yeah, you're in a slump. It could be related to bad luck. But then if you have those little Lucky Charms, like 40 clovers, they could turn the day around. So you could match up the bad with the good. It's just somehow you know you're stuck in a bad loop. Bad things happen one after another throughout the whole day. And then there's this thing called repetition, where the day kind of, you wake up every day, like Groundhog Day, and the same stuff happens. You go through your day, if you're going to a meal, and all of a sudden in the restaurant there's a robbery, and you're stuck in that robbery all the day. And the next day, you go again, a couple of days later, you go to a restaurant, and the same robbery happens again. Now you know something is repeating itself too many times for it to be coincidental. Like the robbery again. You go to another meal, different restaurant, or the same restaurant. Could be the same restaurant, like a Groundhog Day. You wake up every morning. You have your alarm clock, and the same day repeats itself slowly. And you could do anything you want during that day. You could rob a bank. You go to jail, but you can rob a bank during that time. You can rob a bank, get the money. But then the day ends, and the day repeats. Then you find out you're stuck in a loop. So people start doing stuff in it, like robbing banks, because they know the day's going to repeat. You're not going to be in jail. You're not going to be arrested. You might get arrested at the time, but the day will repeat itself like nothing happened for some reason. Um, and that's how those kind of movies like Groundhog Day came about. Um, they call it trixi time or something like that. They've done it in movies and TV shows where that certain day just repeats itself. You see the same sequences happen. Whether you can always get run over by somebody, going to the plaza to get your food, you could get run over by somebody, and you just brief sheer from getting run over, and then you go get your meal, then you have the robbery happen. Certain things like that will repeat itself throughout the day. And then people will base movies on that, like, well, during that time you can rob a bank, get money, do what you want during that 24 hours you have before you go to sleep. The day will repeat itself the next day. But how does it stop? How do you stop that day from repeating? Something has to be a trigger. You can't just go to bed and wake up and the day's going to be changed. Something has to happen for that day to stop repeating itself into the next. So your day doesn't repeat. Groundhog Day was, then you guys having supernatural based a bit about it. They call it trixi time, something like that. During that time, the day goes, you can do whatever you want. But how do you stop it from repeating when you go to sleep? Funny things like that. Ahead of time, you know, okay, well, that person almost running me over during that day. Then so you kind of go see where that person, follow that person around and see where they live. You can steal his car so he can't run you over, but then something different will happen where you can have that same situation but in a different, like something will fall on you almost. So something different will happen in that one day. So it's kind of interesting how they base movies on it, but and then we come back into your bad day, like you're running late for work, you have a bad hair day, you have things on your mind, you don't have a meal, or you burn your food and you don't have a meal, and that's considered like a bad day to start out. But the day repeats itself. You have to turn it into a lucky day, so you need like surround yourself like lucky charms and stuff, lucky bracelets, to revive from your bad day. But how do you revive from a kind of groundhog scenario day where the day repeats itself when you wake up every day? You know what's going to happen, but during that day, how do you stop that from happening? So quite a few movies were based on that kind of situation. So those are the main things I want to talk about with my comedy. Your bad day and your kind of groundhog repeat day, or trixi day, if you want to call it. Trixi time, I think it was called, or something like that. So they come up with different names for the kind of bad days. And they kind of fall together, so I kind of put those two together for my comedy hour. And I'm Boxcar Richard. We are revived the comedy routine, and I am from somewhere deep in Hollywood. And you can check out my comedy routine if you want. Thanks for watching.